Hi, I'm Rich Heffron, and this is this week's Delaware State Chamber of Commerce Legislative Minute. Legislature is back in session, and they're dealing with several very important topics. Number one is infrastructure funding. It looks like they're getting close to an agreement between both houses and both parties, although they're not there yet. And it's not unusual. Talks are breaking down. But we believe it's important that the infrastructure package is put together. $50 million in funding, which will probably come from increase in transportation fees, possibly a gas tax, and a transfer of about $10 million from the operating funds, now in the Transportation Trust Fund, back to the operating budget, which we think is an important part of that package. We are joining with the Delaware Contractors Association, Newcastle County Chamber, and the Committee of 100 and the Associated Builders and Contractors, urging the legislature to pass this funding package before we get into June. Because when June comes, they got to start working on the operating budget. Nobody's really sure what the deficit will be in the operating budget, except that they know it will be at least $67 million, and many are predicting it will be much higher than that. And we don't think the two should be tied together. They're two separate issues. As far as our operating budget, our Board of Governors met the other day, and we'll be writing a letter to legislators saying we understand that we need to close this gap and that some new revenues may be necessary, but also we believe that there needs to be cuts in spending. I know some people say we're getting down into the bone of the budget, but the fact of the matter is that they're going to have to find ways to save money. Business has done it. Big corporations have done it. Small businesses have done it. Chambers of Commerce have had to do it in recent years. So government needs to follow the lead. Lastly, House Bill 50, which is bill was introduced that would allow parents to opt out or have their children opt out of the statewide testing. It goes to the House tomorrow, on Thursday, the 7th of May. We think this is a bad idea. We don't think that should be opting out. We feel that every student should take the test so we can measure not only student against student, which I don't think is important, is to measure where an individual student is, and as far as their education, and really what we want to know is how we can help those students and how we can improve education in Delaware. Also, we believe test scores will show that education, public education, is improving in Delaware. That's it for this week. We'll be back next week with an update on the infrastructure funding, and pretty soon they're going to start working the operating budget, so there are going to be a lot of interesting things to look at. Thank you for watching.